Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers comprehensive auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus, benefits like 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim, through the repair process, to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Visit EnduranceWarranty.com for your fast free quote today. That's EnduranceWarranty.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers comprehensive auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus, benefits like 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim, through the repair process, to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Visit EnduranceWarranty.com for your fast free quote today. That's EnduranceWarranty.com.
This is a podcast from Minute Media.
Warning, the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, kiddies. This is yours duly, John Kassir, the voice of The Crypt Keeper. And you're listening to Slasher Radio.
Welcome to Slasher Radio. My name is Bonez, and I am joined by Radio Rob Humphrey 123. What's up?
What's happening?
Nothing.
You've been quite the night.
Yeah,
and we're just now starting the show.
I know. If you're not signed up, patreon.com/Slasher Radio. Not to throw it in your face immediately, but goddamn, man, the Easter egg. Honestly, we might have like a whole extra little quote unquote audio drop, just talking about shit and taking the shit.
Yeah,
not the thing most shows try and hook you with, but
yeah, we know our audience.
That's a fucking shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Get over there and sign up if you're not already signed up, you cheap asshole.
Yeah, because you'll miss out on the Easter egg content, which is before and after whispers and the shit that just happened to get recorded.
Yeah. There's usually a lot of it.
Usually, like this week, yes, there's a lot of it.
Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's sad. I don't know which one this week is, but
both.
Yeah, hear the story about how taking a shit almost got me sent to prison.
Again, like who? I don't know. What the fuck? This is what is the other thing that you got banned from for like 2 weeks? What was it?
Banned from for 2 weeks
because you threw ketchup everywhere.
Oh, that was Steak and Shake. Yeah,
you got banned from Steak and Shake for 2 weeks. Almost went to jail over his shit.
I think yeah. It got banned for 2 weeks. But the manager, he was cool, but he was just like, you can't come back here, right?
Still got banned for 2 weeks.
I was like, forever. He's like, yeah, we'll call it 2 weeks. All right.
Not for nothing. Like, imagine we're talking about some Easter egg stuff from Rob, obviously getting banned from Steak and Shake. But imagine like his face when you walked back in, he was probably, oh, there he is. He's back.
We never had another problem. I don't think that was the same Steak and Shake where I got kicked out for sleeping. But apparently that's a thing too. You're not allowed to sleep in the booth at Steak and Shake.
All right. It's something else. All right, Rob, we got a bunch of stuff to get to. We don't have Cat. Jesus Christ. We just went into stupidity. No Cat this week.
Yep. No Cat this week. I did the show for my car for 2 weeks in a row, and she has taken 2 weeks off.
Can you leave her alone?
Just pointing out facts. That's all.
But
I'm not. Look, there's no judgment. No judgment.
You sound judgy.
Oh, I'm judging, but there's no judgment.
Wow. Leave Cat alone. Cat is sick. She's got all kinds of voice issues and everything going on.
Remember when I have voice issues, I found an app.
You did, but no normal people don't want to go through that. Like, we didn't appreciate you doing that. That was not fun for us.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So, Kat, we're hoping we'll be back next week. That is what she's reported. She almost made it this week.
We were close.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Do you think her boyfriend just told her she can't do the show anymore?
Could you imagine
that cattle prod? I'm still getting emails from Amazon about fucking cattle prod.
That is a possibility. Kat might be just trying to safeguard Mr. Cat's boyfriend guy.
Mm-hmm. We said last week it was a joke.
You said you would, though, if you had to cattle prod him.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that goes without saying, but mostly it's a joke.
Oh, man. Like, what if she's doing some, like, police style training where she's zapping him with the cattle prod to get him prepared?
Oh, maybe.
That'd be something.
That does sound like something Cat would do.
Yeah, she's like, all right, we can't avoid this, so you're going to have to get good at it.
We're going to have to toughen your system up. Come here, I got this taser. And you might shit your pants the first couple of times.
That's why we're going to do this inside of Barnes & Noble.
Yep. The best place.
Check out the Patreon. Who shits at a Barnes & Noble? All right, so we do have a lot to get to this week, though. Unfortunately, without Kat, we have our movie pick that was your idea.
Yeah. What do you give me that for? I thought it'd be fun to do this movie because Greg was talking about it.
So we're gonna just start doing everything Greg starts talking about. That's how this is gonna go. Because I'll quit the show now.
Maybe next week we'll do Dead Silence because he's always telling me that's good.
Oh God, I don't even know anything about that. I don't want to. We also have your giveaway.
Oh yeah, shit! I meant to grab that,
and you didn't.
No, I didn't. I don't know if my cord will stretch over there. You might have to give me a second here.
Oh my God,
Phil, Mikey, Vamp.
Oh yeah. All right. Rob and Kat last time. Actually, it was when I was doing my giveaway from my BAM box, and I didn't have the thing in front of me, and they were giving me shit for not having the thing in front of me. And look at Rob go.
Stop talking. What's up?
Hi.
I found it faster than I thought I would, honestly.
Okay.
It's a 3-movie thrill fest, is how it's described on the box.
Okay.
It's a set called the Queens of Scream.
Okay.
3 movies. I Know What You Did Last Summer, Vacancy, and When a Stranger Calls. And it is Blu-rays and DVDs of those movies.
Okay. I'm assuming the When a Stranger Calls is the remake.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. A solid movie.
I don't like it.
I mean, it's nothing to brag about, but it's a solid movie.
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
I mean, I think there's enough fans of these 3 movies that somebody will appreciate it a lot more than I will.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, we'll give that away this week. This is from the horror pack, the July pack, June pack. I don't know. From the last one, the newest one.
Okay. Yeah. So, Rob's unboxing video is out now.
Mm-hmm.
And just for a little bit of context, me and him both signed up horror packs, mystery boxes, and anything we don't want, we give away. I forget what I gave away last time. I have, I'm going to be honest, my unboxing, it's not going to be out for a little bit, but there might not be any giveaway for mine, honestly.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, nice.
Yeah. I'm going to bleep this because obviously it's not out yet, but I got...
Well, that's cool.
How do I give those away?
Yeah, that would be kind of hard to give away.
Especially for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe sometimes there's giveaways, sometimes it's not. We'll see. But Rob, are you ready? We got the wheel back.
Yeah. Let's do the wheel.
All right. I have to share the wheel with you.
Oh, I was gonna get this. Queens of Scream. It's unopened, so I don't know. It says Blu-rays and DVDs. I don't know though. I didn't open it up because who the fuck wants something I've opened?
Jeffrey. I have removed. I took an executive decision here because I think I finally had a good idea. I took out the winners from the last giveaway.
Okay.
Fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So they'll be placed. I think it was Medusa and Greg.
Okay. You pulled them out.
Yeah. And they'll go in the next one.
Right.
They'll be back in for the next one. So you got to remember, you have to be a member of patreon.com/radio.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you become eligible for these giveaways. And are you ready for me to spin the wheel, Rob?
I am. I'm excited.
Okay. Oh. Holy shit.
All right. Well, congratulations to Jinx. He's the big winner.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if you like these 3 movies, Jinx, but you're getting them anyway, buddy. Get them out of my house.
Do you ever think of something? Maybe these people don't want the shit.
Nah, I never bothered to occur to me, honestly.
Like, what if Jinx DMs you and goes, "Hey, man, keep your DVDs." Fuck them.
I mean, I guess he could do that, but
You could do that.
yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? Turn down free movies, Jinx? Come on.
Right. Free shit.
Yeah.
Free shit. All right. Fair enough.
Again, I know what you did last summer. When a Stranger Calls remake and Vacancy, and the writing is so small on the back of this box, and I'm a billion years old. I can't really read it, but it does look like it says 2006 next to the When a Stranger Calls movie. So I assume that's when the remake came out, right around there.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Still say it's a solid movie.
I didn't care for it.
Could be worse.
It could have been worse, but I still didn't like it. Although, to be fair to that remake, I don't think the original is very good either.
The original's one scene.
Yeah.
Great scene, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But that's all anybody remembers about it.
Yeah. Isn't that a shame? Such an icon. Like, one of my favorite scenes from any horror movie. And it's just, not a good horror movie.
Yeah. But Jinx, I'll get that sent out to you, I don't know, soon.
Jinx, I hope you realize this means I have to give Rob your address.
Mm-hmm. I might just hand deliver it, Jinx.
Holy shit.
Can you imagine? Show up his house.
Yeah, doing your...
Can I use your bathroom?
Yeah, this is a blow up poor Jinx's bathroom. All right, Russ, what are you drinking? Let's do your drink roll call.
Oh, drink roll call. I am drinking the same thing I was last week, the Sun King Brewery's Keller Hayes India Pale Ale.
Okay.
I had a few of those left, so I thought, well, I'll kill those tonight.
Okay. Fair enough. I have my last Jack Daniels in a can. Might try and switch it up next week.
Oh, something a little different, huh?
Yeah, I have the Southern Peach again.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So, and I still have those damn High Noons in there.
Oh, yeah, you got those still to get through.
Yeah, it was fucking.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
give them away to anybody.
Yeah, I'll send those to Jinx.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might get a thing of cranberry juice and, try and maybe it'll be a little better. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe you can fix it.
Maybe. I don't know. Either way.
If not, you'll have cranberry juice.
Love cranberry juice.
So it's nasty.
Not having that argument. Before we get into the news, we both got our vinyls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. Christmas in July.
Unbelievable. Yeah, you got your Krampus. I got my Black Christmas.
Yeah.
You already had the Black Christmas, right?
I did, yeah. I haven't listened to mine yet. I opened it up. It looks beautiful, like Waxworks stuff always does. But I have not listened to it yet. So I cannot report back on how it sounds, but it looks gorgeous. So that's nice. That's half the battle.
Yeah. Yeah. Also cannot confirm how it sounds. I've not listened yet, but yeah, I mean, I think half of, maybe even more than half of why you get these things are for the appearance anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to them, but
yeah, I would never spend the money that they charge, although I'm sure they'd be less if they weren't as nice. But if they were just in a sleeve, I probably wouldn't have started a collection anyway.
Yeah, they do go. I mean, part of the reason they charge the price that they do is because they're sort of known for their excellent packaging.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. They do go all out, and their pressings are always really good too. I don't think I've ever gotten a bad pressing from Waxwork. So yeah, they're a little more expensive than normal records, but you're paying for the quality.
Fair enough. So we got a little bit of Christmas in July.
Yeah. Another in a series of pre-orders.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I think last week you were giving me shit for that Jurassic Park thing. Ended up pre-ordering it.
I know. I saw that. I'm proud of you. Good job.
Why are you proud of me for spending money like that on something I'm not getting?
It always makes me happy when someone else spends money on something ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, you have said before that, it's like you feel better about buying shit when I buy shit. That doesn't, like, when I buy something, you don't get the money for it.
Yeah, I know. But somehow in my brain, it's like, well, Mikey did it. I can do it.
It kind of does work that way, doesn't it?
And boy, did I spend a lot on records. So I feel good that you spent a lot on that.
Son of a bitch. All right. So you want to get into the news?
Yeah, let's hop right into that news.
It's time to hump the news with Rob Humphrey.
He's not a genius.
All right, we're gonna hump the news.
Okay.
Where'd it go? Rob Zombie has Funko Pops. Well, they're not Funko Pops, Rob. I just sent you a link. It is by Funko. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's by NECA. I thought it was Funko. NECA turns Rob Zombies the Monsters into stylized toys.
I think I saw these and they look pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah, I did see these. Yeah, they look pretty cool. I mean, I wouldn't buy them.
You sure you're a figure guy?
I'm not a figure guy. And also, I don't know whether I'm going to like this movie yet or not. I go back and forth on this movie a lot. I also don't like the packaging calls Grandpa the Count. Is he not Grandpa in this movie?
I don't know.
Hey, that might be a problem. But they look pretty good.
Yeah.
The Herman one I think looks kind of weird.
Why did Sherry Moon Zombie look like Michael Jackson?
I didn't notice that, but now that you say it, I can't unsee it.
It looks like Michael Jackson with lipstick.
Yeah. They look cool. I mean, I'm not going to buy them, but I do like the look of them.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. At bloodydisgusting.com also, I'm sure, NECA. So look at what they got going on Instagram.
Yeah, I would assume that NECA's website may have been where I saw them.
No. So
not that I spend a lot of time on NECA's website because I'm not a figure guy, but
yes, the hell you are. Here's something I don't know if you heard about this. Spirit Halloween the movie.
I think this sounds terrible, but yes, I've heard of it.
Yeah, there's a trailer coming soon. Why?
So here's what I learned about this movie. I believe it stars Christopher Lloyd.
The fuck?
Who I love. I love Christopher Lloyd. He's great. This is not going to be a real horror movie. This is going to be like the Goosebumps movie that came out recently.
Okay.
With Jack Black. It's going to be like a kid's horror movie is what it's going to be.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. Which is fine. I mean, there's an audience for that. It's just that audience doesn't include me. Not at this point. My kid's not interested in that sort of thing anymore.
Spirit, good job on them capitalizing, though.
Yeah, why not? It was good. I'm sure it'll be good for business for them.
Isn't that crazy though? Like, I know they have their online store and all that stuff, and they make money year round. I get it, but isn't it crazy that something that opens essentially one day a year, one season out of a year, like 1 month out of a year, makes so much fucking money?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, they make a ton of money. I mean, I went to the one here a couple of weeks before Halloween, and they were sold out of a ton of stuff.
Oh yeah,
already. And then I went back like a couple of days before Halloween, and they had it was empty shelves at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're making all sorts of money.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what could be better advertising for your Halloween store than a movie coming out with your name on it?
Not that they need it, dude. When Spirit, people look forward to the Spirit Halloween's opening up. Like they go, like you said, they shut that shit down immediately.
Yeah, I mean, they had some really cool stuff that I wanted to go pick up too, and it was just like they had some Jason Voorhees hockey jerseys.
Yeah,
and I went there, and they didn't have any in my size. Like they were all sold out.
Yeah,
just that kind of stuff. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to try and hit it earlier this year.
There you go. Yeah, like just they go immediately. It's crazy.
Yeah, but the movie, I don't remember what the plot was. Honestly, I saw a plot summary of it, and it just sounds like a kid's thing. There's like a spirit Halloween opening up, and it's haunted or something, and the kids have to, I don't know what they have to do. They have to do something.
I will watch that. So judge me. I don't care. Speaking of things I won't watch, I know you did last summer. It comes to 4K Ultra HD in September with new deleted scenes.
Oh boy. I got a free Blu-ray of that I just gave away.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
They're giving out outdated shit. Look.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's where I'm at with I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Shame on you.
If it was the TV show, I might get it just because that girl's crazy eyes in 4K would be awesome. But I'm not interested in the movie.
That is fucking hilarious. Yeah, deleted scenes. If you like I Know What You Did with Last Summer, good for you. I think it's a serviceable movie with one of the terrible worst killers of all time. But
when's the last time you watched it?
Probably about 2 years ago. We did an episode of it with Bobby and that mother guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was just gonna say because I do not think it's touch is serviceable.
Yeah.
Upon having rewatched it, it is not good.
Well, you don't know what's good, so
it's a bad movie.
It's much worse out there.
I mean, you can always say there's worse, but this movie gets a lot of praise heaped on it, and I think it's mostly from people who haven't seen it since it came out.
Well, I've seen it semi-recently, sort of, but I don't know. I saw
it when it came out. I saw it in theaters, and I was like, "Oh, that movie was awesome." But having rewatched it within the last year or so, it is not awesome.
I never went that far. This is maybe the thing. I was never at awesome. Never was I at awesome. All right, so anybody who likes I Know What You Did Last Summer, have fun. Again, something I will never ever watch. Ouija Shark 2.
Are you kidding me?
Not shitting you.
I love Ouija Shark. When is Ouija Shark 2 out?
I don't know. Hold on, I'm going to send you the link because the less I have to look at it, the better. Yeah, Ouija Shark 2, sequel to 2020's Ouija Shark, coming soon from Wild Eye Releasing.
Let's see. Ouija Shark 2. It just says coming soon, huh?
Yeah, I don't think there's any date on this yet.
Oh, there's a trailer already. Sweet. So, yeah, I assume this is going to be in all theaters.
What? Don't lie to people.
It'll show up on my app when I go to see movies.
Why do you say shit like that? Like, that's not true.
It could be, you don't know.
I will bet both of my testicles that this does not.
Nobody wants to win that bet.
They want to win it as much as I Know What You Did Last Summer DVD. Congratulations, Jinx. Oh man, maybe I'd give a giveaway for my testes. Like, just put them in a jar or something.
Yeah.
I hope Chris wins them.
Oh my god, have you watched this trailer?
No. Again, why do you ask me if I watch things like that? Why?
It looks amazing.
No, I'm not gonna watch that. Something wrong with
Oh, is that the devil? I think the devil's in this one, Mikey.
What? No,
looks like
no.
Hold on, it looks like the devil. I can't pause it in the right place. Never mind. I was gonna take a screenshot and send it to you, the devil, but
yeah, no, I'm good. I don't need that.
All right. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that. I like Ouija Shark a lot. It's a lot of fun. And this one, based on what I just saw, the trailer looks amazing too. So,
too bad Kat is not here. I feel like we should save this for next week because I'm sure she'll have a lot to say about Ouija Shark.
Oh yeah. Well, don't worry, I'll bring it up.
I'm sure you will. All right. This is really quick, just to mention. Follow up. I think we brought this up a couple weeks ago. Army of Darkness map on Evil Dead the game will be released on July 13th.
Okay.
So
yeah, we did talk about this a couple of weeks ago.
yeah.
I still haven't played that game. Don't know that I will. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a great addition.
I have not played it in a long time either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't played it since we last mentioned this, and probably a while before that.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It just doesn't really quite scratch that itch for me that Friday does, and
Too hard for you?
It is a difficult game, but that's not even it's just, there's something about it that's not as fun all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it is a difficult game. Those offline challenges, holy shit.
I remember you talking about those.
That was insanity.
Yeah, I've watched some people play it online, and it looks hard.
It is hard. Yeah.
Yeah, as you know, it's just not the kind of thing I enjoy playing. So,
no. Although they do have, if you ever do get get it on sale or something, they do have where you can play against the computer, also challenging.
Oh,
still.
I do like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can play as killer or as survivor and offline.
Well, that's good because Friday the 13th has an offline mode too, where you can play against the computer, but you have to be Jason.
Yeah, you have to be Jason, and the computer is dumb.
Yeah, which I mean, it was fun for a little while, but to me, it would be more fun if I was able to play as one of the survivors against a computer Jason.
I don't want to know what that would look like.
It would look like me playing against Jason.
No, it looked like Jason running into a wall or something. The survivors will jump out a window right in front of you and then jump back in through the window over and over again. Often.
Yeah.
Often. So, yeah, very bad. There was something else, another video. Oh, okay, yeah. This kind of could have been we were talking on Patreon episode of Versus this week about monster movies being horror or not. This kind of could have went in there too, even though it's not a monster. A survival game set in Terminator universe is being worked on.
Oh, interesting.
Terminator's not horror though.
The original one is. The rest aren't.
I don't think it is.
Dude, the original is just a slasher movie. You got a guy stalking a girl, killing anybody who gets in his way.
I mean, it's fair.
It's a slasher movie.
Loosely.
No, it's the exact same formula as a slasher movie.
I know, but it just still doesn't play as a slasher movie though.
No, I think the first one is counts as a horror movie. I don't think any of the other ones do. Those are action movies. But it's a survival horror game, you said?
Yeah. There's a trailer out.
Is it again though? Is it a play against other people?
It would seem to be.
In chat thing, then I'm out. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't like talking to people that much. Why do they think I want to talk to people?
I don't know, but if you ever wanted to try the Alien game, it's you play online with other people, but it's just they're on your team. You don't play against anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You play against the computer, 3 people on your team, 2 people on your 3-person team.
No, that sounds worse because then they would just yell at me for messing up.
Well, you don't need to have your chat stuff on. You shoot aliens.
That's the problem with all that. People get mad when I play Dead by Daylight and just hide and let them do everything.
Yeah, I'd curse you out for that. If you were in my match and I didn't know, or even if I did know, I would curse you out for that.
No, because you're not nice.
No, because you did absolutely fucking nothing. While I probably sat on a hook.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, sounds very right.
But I would start moving as soon as somebody opened the door.
I bet you would.
Yeah, you get that gate open and I'm right out there. That's all those people see me. Just me running past. It was a fucking blur.
The fucking the visual. Because I've had people do it to me, and I cursed them for it. I'm like, the fuck? Where were you, man?
Waiting.
What took you so long?
Yeah, goddamn, I was getting bored over here.
A lot of work doing nothing. I mean, you know, when it comes out, depending on what it looks like, graphics look cool. Like I said, there's a trailer out. I'll look at it. I mean, if it's a fun game, it's a fun game, regardless of
what Terminator is it though? Is it Arnold or is it the other guy?
It looks Arnold Terminator.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll look at it, I'll check it out. And hey, I love Evil Dead, but like I said, I don't play the game like that because it's not, you know, it depends on the game.
Yeah.
The game's fun, whether it's Terminator or Jason, like I'll play it if it's good enough.
No, the Terminator, and for the record, I love Terminator 2. I think it's a great movie. I just don't think that's a horror movie.
That's fair.
And the original Terminator is awesome. I don't even know if I've watched anything after that, to be honest with you.
Yeah. That's fair. So, the last thing I wanted to talk about, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen this or not. You mentioned something tonight. I don't remember if it was on the Patreon show or not, but you might have. John Carpenter says that Halloween Ends is a departure from the previous movies.
Yeah, I've seen that.
What is he saying?
All right, so here's what I've been able to piece together from this, and it's not much. He says it's a departure from the other Halloween movies. I believe it was Nick Castle said that it has an ending that no one will see coming. And David Gordon Green said that he thinks of this as a coming-of-age movie.
The fuck?
So trying to piece all that together, I got nothing.
Coming-of-age movie? For who?
I don't know.
Michael Myers?
Say.
Like, what?
Yeah, he doesn't say. So yeah, anyway, I am I mean, look, I'm going to see this movie no matter what.
Whether in a movie theater or at the what's his name?
Jason Blum's house. Yeah, that's right. Still waiting on the trailer, by the way. Jason Blum, come off that thing whenever you want.
You threatened him about that too?
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, just saying. Every time he posts anything on Twitter, his replies are just a barrage of when we get the Halloween trailer.
That poor guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I just want to talk about my day. Is that okay or no? Like, fucking people.
Yeah, he gets hit with a lot of that. But yeah, trying to piece that together, I have no idea what to expect from this movie, honestly, because I do think that, you know, Halloween 2018, or as I recently heard it called on, I believe it was the Halloweenies podcast. They call it Hollow Green, which I think is pretty funny.
That's stupid.
No, because David Gordon Green directed it. Yeah,
I get it. It's still stupid.
Hollow Green.
No.
Anyway, all right, fine. You never like any of the title play, Mikey.
Because it's stupid. It's never good.
Came up with good ones. Five Cream.
Nobody liked Five Cream.
Everyone liked it. Five Null Destination.
That was ridiculous.
I hope that they're making a sequel to The Mutilator, and our boy Damien Maffei's in it. We need to get a message to him. They have to call it the Mewtwo-lator.
He called it that already.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I don't want to. He after we interviewed him, me and him talked briefly, and
oh, really?
Mewtwo-lator. Yeah, it's been used.
Oh, I hope that's what they call it.
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing it. He did it.
They better call it that. Mewtwo-lator. It's perfect.
So,
but
no,
all right, fine.
Dumb.
All right, so Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills have very different vibes, right? They're very different kind of movies.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised, or it doesn't surprise me to hear that Halloween Ends has a very different, tone to it or style or whatever.
Right.
From John Carpenter. What I am concerned about is Nick Castle saying it has an ending no one could predict. Because that, I don't know what that means. And then hearing David Gordon Green compare it to a coming-of-age movie.
Yeah.
Completely blew my mind. Like, I'm like, all right, I have no idea what this movie's going to be now.
Yeah, what the fuck does that even mean? Like I said, coming of age for who? For him? Like, yeah. You're doing possibly the final Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be the granddaughter, maybe coming of age as a final girl.
Could be.
So yeah, I don't know. There's not a whole lot there, but it doesn't matter because they've already got my money.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, so we'll see. This is like the shtick. Like last movie, it was just let's show Michael Myers holding a knife in a bunch of different places. As opposed to now, it's like let's just say ridiculous random things that coming of age. I'm going to text James Jude Courtney, who we can't obviously get any information about Halloween Ends, but I still think it would be pretty cool to talk to him about that aggression level in kills, we got to talk to him about that.
Yeah. I've got some questions related to kills.
I don't know if I want you asking them.
It'll be fine.
Whenever you say it'll be fine, it's not fine.
Everything's going to be fine. I have never upset a guest on this show.
You upset me.
I upset you, but I've never upset a guest.
You should upset me with guests on this show. This is the bad part. So, not looking forward to you talking to anybody. And I don't like I never know what I'm going to get from you.
I'm always the same.
No, you're not.
It's like I'm the same here as I am on This War Life.
That is bullshit.
I'm the exact same person, always.
Yeah, that's total bullshit. That's all I have for the news.
All right.
Yep.
Seems like there was something I wanted to bring up, but I don't remember what it was. So let's just move on past it.
Okay. All right. So we're done with the news. We're going to take a really quick break, and then we will be right back with Jaws 4. Like I can't even believe I'm saying that we're doing this.
Jaws 4, The Revenge. This time, it's personal.
I hate you a lot.
I don't know why you hate me. It's not like I like this movie.
But you admit okay. Behind the curtain time. We were supposed to be doing This Week Fresh.
Yeah.
Which was your pick, Rob.
Very good movie. Very good movie. Was excited to talk about Fresh.
I haven't seen it yet. So Fresh got pushed back because Kat still not feeling well this week. Kat was looking forward to watching and talking about Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And Rob said, being a gentleman, let's push this back and, so Kat could talk about it.
Right. Because I'm nothing if not a gentleman.
It's bullcrap. So we had to come up with something else.
Right.
Also, Rob picked Jaws 4.
Well, yeah, but let's be fair. I sent you a list of other movies.
They weren't great.
Hold on. I got to scroll back and find them. I suggested The Resort,
which I would have chosen.
Yeah. Fun House. Both of which I'd never heard of. I just found them searching on like Hulu or something and thought, I could probably watch that today. Or John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness.
Which you've been wanting to watch for a while.
Yeah. Because I think it's an underrated movie. But you didn't like any of those, so we went with Jaws 4. The Revenge. This time it's personal.
Yeah, but you didn't like any of those movies, so we're doing a good one, Jaws 4. So we did Jaws 4. Like we fell back on Friday the 13th or something.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right. The reason you thought about this was, and it's been a topic on the show and Twitter, unfortunately. Greg said that Jaws 4 was better than the original Jaws.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say about that?
I mean, I still don't quite understand what he meant by that.
Your reaction was great.
I mean, let's see. What's another horror movie? Oh, right. Jaws 4, The Revenge is best in the franchise.
Oh,
it is also the most enjoyable.
Wait. So you're saying it's the best in the franchise except for the original?
No, it's better than the OG.
I don't understand.
What?
I think you're mistaken.
No,
I'm trying.
I'm
So
definitively not.
we're taking the original out, and then
No.
it's the best of all that's left.
The original Jaws is the second best out of the 4 Jaws films.
All right,
Jaws
this is
4
this is the
Revenge.
first time I'm hearing this particular hot take, and my brain is not quite ready for it.
I mean, we can go to a different one if you would like.
The original Jaws is one of the greatest movies ever made. It's nearly a perfect film. The fourth one, Jaws the Revenge, is a piece of shit.
No.
That makes no sense. Yeah, I think he doesn't know there's a Jaw.
You think he didn't see that in the original?
Yeah, I think he just started with 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then went through the rest of them.
Okay.
That had to be what happened. He's never seen the actual movie Jaws. That's the only thing that makes any sense to me because, and honestly, this movie is not better than 2 or 3.
No. Well, I'll say this. As a movie, I think it's better than 3.
You're ridiculous.
As sitting down and actually...
You are a ridiculous human being right now.
Okay, hold on. As what would I rather sit down and watch would be Jaws 3. But I shouldn't like that movie.
But it's so much fun. This movie's not even fun.
I agree.
Duh.
I agree with you. But it's still... You gotta realize, too, you like that shark movie shit we were talking about, Ouija Shark. I don't like Jaws movies. Forget how you feel about actual shark movies. Jaws movies should not be like that. Right or wrong?
No, you're right, but they've all had sort of been like that, except for the first one.
The second one, not so much.
The second one's a retread of the first one. They went, oh, that worked. Let's do virtually the same thing again, but not as good.
Agreed. But it wasn't silly.
Right. And the third one, then they were like, we're going to set it at SeaWorld and do it in 3D, and it's going to be amazing.
Oh.
And then the fourth one, they just threw up their hands. We're like, just whatever the fuck.
Okay. Where the fuck to start? This movie, I don't know. And again, it's Jaws. It's supposed to be taken seriously. Do you think they were serious? I feel like they seriously thought they had a good story here. That's how it came off to me.
I don't know. And I think that's part of the problem with this movie is you're never really quite sure about that.
Right.
When they made this movie, were they seriously trying to make a good movie? And it's just bad? Or did they realize that it made no sense? Because if they realize that it makes no sense and is dumb, they don't lean into it enough.
Yeah.
They don't lean into it at all. They just play it like it's a straight up movie when it's absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
Which makes the whole thing feel weird. I've seen these actors in other movies, most of them anyway, and they're good. But I don't think anybody's good in this movie except for Michael Caine. But he's Michael Caine. He's always good.
Yeah, I was going to bring up, I noted the acting. I don't think it was bad. I think it was bad.
It's just not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not, I didn't think anybody was horrible. I mean, there's a scene where, I think it was when they were on the ferry leaving Amity towards the beginning of the movie, and the mom starts crying. And that is some of the worst fake crying I've ever seen in my life.
Bad.
Yeah, that was bad. But
bad. The
rest of her performance it's just fine. It's not good. It's not bad. And I feel but nothing in any of the performances helps me understand the tone that this movie's searching for, because it feels like, in the way it's made, they were making what they thought was an excellent entry into the Jaws franchise, right? But then the whole idea and basic story is absolute batshit crazy. So it never really works, you know?
Yeah. It's there's no way. Okay, there's certain things. There should be like a committee in the filmmaking industry. You know how like the commissioner of the NBA or the NFL, they could be like, look, no, you can't make that trade. You know, like it's not fair. You can't do it. It's hurting the league, whatever the reason is. There should be a committee in the film. Like you can't do certain things. It really is crazy. Like we talk about Texas Chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
How there's like so many of those movies and only one of them is truly good.
Two,
arguably. But for the general consensus, one of them are good. The other ones are what they are. Man, fucking Jaws is like that too. And it's crazy how like Jaws 1 is this masterpiece movie. Looked after, studied, and fucking like this is how you make a movie. And this is all the shit we get afterwards. You shouldn't be allowed to do certain things to certain titles.
Yeah. I mean, I in a way agree with that, but this is what they gave us.
But how do you not look at this story and say, okay, so a shark is coming back for revenge against these people? How does that get okayed? Like who said yes, let's do that?
Well, that would be the studio.
Why would they do it?
Money. I mean, that's the only reason they would do anything, right? I mean, if they can slap the name Jaws on it, it's going to draw a certain amount at the box office. I don't think this one made as much as they had hoped it was going to, honestly, but we'll get into the budget and box office and stuff later. But I think that they, we're like, yeah, let's make another Jaws movie. They make money.
And it's sad because the integrity is just not there.
Oh, this thing has no integrity at all. No, not a bit. And again, this will come up in the trivia section too, but it doesn't follow the other sequels.
Right.
Like when you watch 3, you see that the younger brother, and I always have trouble. I do always mix up their names. Is it Sean's the one who dies in this movie, right at the beginning?
I think so. Who knows?
Yeah, he's a police officer in Amity in this movie, and gets on a boat to go out and clear some driftwood off a buoy.
Mm-hmm.
But if you remember in the 3rd movie, he was living in Colorado and was terrified of the water. He didn't want to go in the water at all. It took Leah Thompson running in with her clothes off for him to go into the water.
And even then.
Yeah. So that doesn't make any sense. How does this guy all of a sudden end up as a sheriff's deputy on Amity driving a boat?
Yeah.
The older brother, Michael, I believe is his name. Could be wrong. But he's he's dating he's married to a woman now who's completely different than the one that's in the 3rd film, which is fine. I mean that,
Yeah.
But it still seems kind of odd because at the end of the 3rd movie, they were moving off to wherever it was, Venezuela or Argentina or some damn place together. So it's just, it doesn't follow any of the continuity is just not there. And as I found in looking for trivia for this movie, that's because the writers of this film had never seen any of the previous Jaws movies.
Get out of here.
Yeah. They may have seen the first one, but they didn't see any of the sequels. So they they didn't know, and they didn't take any of that into account. And yeah, they hadn't seen 2 or 3D. So there was no consistency in the continuity of the films at all. Because they didn't know, and no one bothered to say, hey, maybe you should watch these, or hey, this doesn't fit with the 2nd movie or the 3rd movie, Did
anybody involved see the other fucking movies? Like,
know, right?
But that's what I mean. Like, how is that? There needs to be a committee somewhere. Like, that should not be okay.
We've seen this sort of thing happen before. I mean, Ronnie Yu famously did not even like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't think he'd seen any of them, or when he made Freddy versus Jason. That's why we get that stupid thing about Jason being afraid of the water.
Yeah.
Jason's not afraid of the water. We've seen Jason in the water 1,000,000 times in that franchise.
Part 8's a great movie.
Yeah. He swims from the middle of nowhere to Manhattan.
Yeah, great movie.
It's not a great movie, but we see him do that. He's not afraid of the water.
Yeah. That's true, but I mean, maybe because Freddy vs. Jason wasn't terrible,
right?
So,
and also, it wasn't meant to be taken seriously. It was exactly the movie we get in Freddy vs. Jason is exactly the movie that you want.
No, it's not.
I think so.
Absolutely,
I think it's exactly what I want from Freddy vs. Jason. It's
Come
just
on.
dumb fun.
No, but it could. Think about a world where Freddy vs. Jason was actually done right, dark, slower, methodical, creepy.
At that point in time, I'm not interested in that.
Why?
Because that's not what either of those characters are by that time.
By the time, no, they've been to space and not everything else, but
yeah,
still,
yeah. By the time we finally got to Freddy versus Jason, that's not what those characters were at all.
But that was where they came from.
Yeah, but I mean, they tried to go back there, and the scripts were terrible.
I don't know. I would have liked it done right, of course. Yeah, I would have liked this done the way it was than, shit done.
Yeah, but they anyway, they just completely it literally is not a case of they just of them disregarding the fact that he lived in Colorado and was afraid of the water. They literally just didn't know, and no one told them.
Unbelievable. That's a crime.
Yeah, that is why, again, I say they made this because of money. That that's how this kind of movie gets made. No one cared enough.
I don't know. It'll always blow my mind, man. Like, cash grabs are frustrating. Look at this Texas Chainsaw movie we just got, for fucking crying out loud. I don't know. It's just really frustrating. And
did you see we're getting 2 more of those, by the way?
Yeah, seen that. Don't even get me started. We're gonna watch them.
Of course we are.
We're gonna fucking watch them, and we're gonna sit there and say, "Wow, it sucked." Like, no shit.
Yeah, they've all sucked, but we're gonna watch them anyway. Because that's what I do.
But yeah, there's got to be a committee somewhere. There's got to be, like, you should not be allowed to touch a title like that. And I can see you got to make money, but that's the thing that blows my mind with cash grabs. It's like, do you really think, like, if you had a positive and an intelligent route to this movie, it doesn't have to be a cash grab. You can kind of try and, spring a little life somewhere and make money again. Mm-hmm. Like, try and make something good. Yeah. Instead, you fucking, God, why? How does Greg think this is better than the original?
I have no idea. But again, I could never, ever step into his head.
You want me to say something positive about this movie?
Sure. Let's see what you got.
They did a better job on the shark than they did in 3.
Yeah, but that's not hard.
No, it's not hard at all. We could have did a better job, but it was surprised. Like, it was a lot better.
Yeah, that's not hard. And also, I will grant that, but I still don't think that it's good.
Yeah, it was really
it's
bad.
Clearly a plastic shark or a rubber shark.
Yeah. But at least you could tell it was a shark. In 3, there was just really mostly underwater shots of it, like, really close up, and it looked like a island wreck toy or bad CGI. Mm-hmm. At least they produced a shark here.
Yeah, I guess so.
As plastic as low, that motherfucker was shiny. But it was the shark nonetheless, though.
This one takes place at Christmas. Do you think it's a precursor to Santa Jaws?
Do you do the show to, like, see how much it'll take me to get me to punch you? Like, come on.
I mean, I'm just asking questions here. Like, it happens at Christmas. None of the other movies take place at Christmas.
No, I don't think it was a precursor to Santa Jaws. Are you saying Santa Jaws is Jaws 5?
It could be. Well, there's already a Jaws 5.
There's a Jaws. Oh, that wasn't that like there's a story behind that you told on This Hard Life?
Yeah. There's a movie called Cruel Jaws in America. It's an Italian film where they just blatantly ripped off a bunch of stuff. It's literally a quote unquote Jaws movie that has the Star Wars theme in it and stuff.
What the fuck?
There's clips of like the original Jaws just put in it. And in I believe it was in Europe, they marketed it as Jaws 5.
Damn.
Yeah. So there kind of is a Jaws 5, but not really. It's better than this.
Is it?
Yeah, as low budget and crappy as it is, it's a better movie than this.
Oh my God. You know what? Another problem with this thing, like like Bruce and whatever Jaws himself is not. It's not very big.
Yeah, it doesn't. Did they say? I don't remember them saying how large the shark was in this one.
Not that I remember.
Yeah. But it didn't. Yeah, you're right. It didn't seem to be as big as the other ones.
Was it in the original? Is the only one I really remember. I don't remember 2 very well. I think I've seen it like once, but I don't like the original is the only one where I remember the shark being massive.
I believe the shark in the third one is supposed to be larger than the second one,
but it's not,
or the first one. But I don't honestly know. They mentioned
close.
I know in the third movie they mentioned that it's like a 30-foot shark or something.
Well, they're liars,
which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. All right. Why does the mom just assume that it's the same shark that came back?
I know.
And
I know.
I mean, that shark was blown up. And then she starts going on about how it's the same shark that killed their father. And then their father died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
So what? I don't understand.
And then she tried to explain it and like reason it to the
right. Yeah. She's like, well, he died of fear. What? It doesn't make any sense at all. Like that whole thing. And at some point does she have like a psychic connection to the shark? Because when she's at that festival with Michael Caine, the shark appears in the Bahamas for the first time. And she like senses it or something.
Yeah.
What is that? Because none of that's explained. I can okay, so I can forgive her thinking it's the same shark, right?
Can you?
Yeah, because like she'd been through this traumatic thing when her kids were young and everything, and now the same thing has happened and killed her youngest son. So I could be like, all right, so she's irrationally assuming that this is the same shark.
Out of pure trauma.
Yeah. And I can kind of go along with that. And this would have probably been a more interesting movie had that been the story.
Yeah.
But it's not, because it is the same shark that's come back to get her family.
So you're saying she should have had a kind of like what the hell? I'm blanking on the movie I'm thinking about. But she should be like Laurie Strode.
Yeah.
In Halloween 2018.
Yeah, like I could see that. Like, so I can forgive her like sort of irrationally assuming it's the same shark. And maybe it's not supposed to be the same shark. I don't know the history of the shark. Maybe this is supposed to be one of those shark's kids or something. But she's like, so she thinks it's the same shark. And then she's convinced that the shark is coming for her family, which is all batshit crazy, right? Mm-hmm. But actually in this world of the movie, this shark is coming for her family.
Yeah. Because
this time it's personal, which makes no sense. And then I still, for the life of me, have no idea how she senses that the shark has arrived in the Bahamas.
I don't know what to say about it. That's what the movie is. Like,
right.
That's what
it makes absolutely no sense. And again, I love a movie where there are sharks in a cornfield.
Right. I think it all goes back, man, to its fucking Jaws, and well, no, it does. No, it doesn't. God damn it. Because you know what? This should not be acceptable for any movie. You should not be able. There are so many talented writers. We just got done speaking to Jeffrey Reddick. There's so many talented writers out there. You don't need to just put shit out like this. They had not the biggest budget in the world, but you had some money to spend. You're making a fucking Jaws movie. You have the access to actual writers who are talented and know what the fuck they're doing. And this is what you settled on.
Right.
Revenge Shark.
Yeah.
Right. Like, what the
Which
fuck?
Makes no sense. It's ridiculous.
No sense at all.
And then the solution to get their mother/grandmother over her trauma is to invite her to stay at their place in the Bahamas. And that whole trip is just like a game of let's traumatize grandma. Right. Like it's nothing. That's all they're trying to do the entire time. It seems like from the moment they get there and the kids start swinging on the swing out into the ocean and she's freaking out. It's,
like traumatized grandma.
Yeah. And, she's trying to get her kid or her son to change his job and everything. And it's just like, what is going on? Why didn't you just leave this lady back in the Amity? Let her be.
Yeah, leave her alone.
Yeah.
Been through enough. I don't know, man. Like that, it sounds ridiculous, and it sounds like I feel like I'm talking about one of those dumb shark movies that you and Kat like. We're talking about Jaws movie.
Yeah, this is a Jaws movie. It's not even one of those dumb movies I like. It's a dumb movie that I don't like. The Michael Caine character, I really think I would have punched that guy in the face. Like he's one of those super annoying guys that has a story about everything and a lame joke to tell at every turn, and I just wanted to hit him.
You know
what I mean? Just super annoying.
And as a little bit of context for it, like Oliver Pratt, man, we just had a character, different, but for the most part, the same purpose, and we loved it in Lake Placid. And it goes to show you that Oliver Platt, obviously not like a top tier actor or nothing, but goddamn it, do good at what he does and nails fucking roles. I mean,
first of all, Oliver Platt's great.
Yes,
all right, love Michael Caine. I think they're both tremendous, but this character just grated on me after a while. It's like every time somebody said something, he's like, "Oh, did I tell you about the time I flew a gaggle of nuns from the?" Oh God, shut up. On the other side of that coin is her son Michael is like, why is he all up in his mom's business? Let your mom get her groove back. She's in the Bahamas. She's doing her thing, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Hoagie, he's annoying, but he seems harmless.
Right.
There was, I guess, a subplot in this movie about him running drugs into the Bahamas that they cut out.
Really?
Yeah, but that was supposed to be part of the. I don't know if it was in the original script. It was in the novelization of the script, so I assume that it was in there somewhere. But they cut it because they felt like it took away from the shark story. Which honestly, it would have been a welcome diversion, it sounds like to me, because the shark story sucks.
That's fair. But wait a minute. You said novelization. Someone there was a book written about this movie.
Yeah.
Why would anybody do that?
Yeah. I think it used to be a big thing. They used to do it for everything.
Really?
Yeah, it seems like. They don't do it as much anymore. There have been novelizations of the last two Halloween movies. I've read them both.
I can see that. Yeah. That makes sense. There should be. This is novelization over a book about who the fuck sat there and said, it would be a good book to write fucking Jaws for.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that it's like hey, I'm gonna write this book. I think more often than not, I think the way it works is an author gets a phone call and says, hey, we'll pay you this much money if you write this book.
Who the fuck paid somebody to do that?
Yeah. But yeah, so there were apparently a few different subplots that were cut. We assuming from the original script because they were in the novelization, which was written from that script, which is something that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So, there were some cut scenes from Halloween. I know Halloween 2018 that showed up in the novelization too, because when you're writing the book, you don't know what's going to make it and what's not.
No.
But yeah, there was apparently a subplot about him smuggling drugs into the Bahamas for money. Honestly, I'll be honest, I'd rather watch that movie. Just make a whole movie about that character smuggling drugs. Than, leave the whole shark thing out.
Shark thing out of Jaws. See, but that's the thing. Would I have rather watched that? Yeah, absolutely. But there was so little shark in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
And I know, like, you can't overload shark and you got to wait and draw suspense and all that good shit. But there's doing that and then there's doing this and just not having a fucking shark in it.
Right. Every time there's an attack, it's like a close up of teeth and like a fin.
Yeah.
You don't really see it. Yeah.
Give me something, man. There's a, the Meg, not a, the Meg was much better than this.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't. They did a really good job on a couple of things that I think shark movies don't. And that's the size of the shark.
Yeah.
And also just all around enough, like a shark ratio. And I guess they cheated a little with the smaller shark that you thought was the Meg, and then the big fucker came. But still, like, do something, man. Figure it out. You guys are making the movie, not us. Like,
yeah,
there has to be something.
Yeah, I don't think they spent a whole lot of time figuring out any problems with this movie. They just kind of let it ride. Like towards the end of the movie, when Jake supposedly gets eaten, we think he's dead. How he survived, I do not know. And did you see that cut, by the way, where he survives at the end? Because there were two endings.
No.
Did Jake didn't come back at the end of yours?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So we saw two different endings then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because at the end of mine, after they've killed the shark and are floating in the water, they hear screaming, and it's Jake. And Michael swims over and grabs him and pulls him back to where they're swimming.
Okay.
How he supposedly survived, I don't know, because it's never explained. He was eaten by a shark that was then exploded. But somehow he survived it. But anyway, in the scene where he's taken off the boat, which I assume is the same in the cut that you saw, the audio drops out. It doesn't completely drop out, but there's like inaudible, like the mother's yelling and screaming, but you don't hear it. You just see her. What? Why? That was a choice that somebody made. Was it supposed to be impactful? Because to me, it was just dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's supposed to serve some type of, I don't know, man. And that's the thing. Like, why would you try and do that? Like, you haven't given a fuck about so many things.
Right.
Throughout the process of writing this movie, filming it, all this stuff. You said, fuck it. And now you're trying to get cute? Like with that? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work at all.
No.
And it's mainly because you're not really given a reason to care about this character too much. Like, he's just this guy who works with Michael. Like, that's fine. And then when they are in the Bahamas, what the fuck is that cab driver or whatever singing?
I don't know.
Like, I would never, if I got into a cab and the driver was like, I'm going to sing your Christmas carols on the fucking thing. I was like, no, let me out. I'm done. This ride's over. I'll get somebody else, you fucking idiot.
Holy shit. What if it was Nesto, though?
Well, Nesto, I mean, I bet Nesto has the voice of an angel.
So you would let Nesto sing you Christmas carols in a taxi?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But only Nesto.
Could you imagine Nesto in like a picture him in like one of those little taxi hats?
Oh yeah. He can pull that off.
Yeah.
And then the only other note that I had about this movie is at the end of the movie, or towards the end of the movie, the mom has flashbacks to shit that she wasn't even there for. How is that possible?
Yeah.
Like, there's a flashback to her son's death at the beginning of the movie, which she wasn't there for. There's a flashback to her husband shooting. I don't even remember. I think it might have been from the end of the second movie, maybe the first. I don't remember. But she wasn't there for that. How the fuck is she having flashbacks to shit she wasn't there for?
I don't know. Movies do that shit sometimes, though. It annoys the shit out of me. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's super annoying. So those were the notes that I had about this movie.
Wow.
Overall, I don't get the tone that they're going for. Like we talked about before.
Yeah.
Like, am I supposed to be taking this movie seriously?
I think you are.
Or is it are they in on the joke?
But see, they're not allowed to do that to me. Like, even if that's what they were going for, you're making a Jaws movie, dude. No, you don't get to tell me I have to take Jaws lightly. It's fucking Jaws. That people didn't want to go in water throughout the fucking world because of that movie. Like, no, I don't think that's. I have to take that seriously.
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem, right? It's It's just not clear
No.
what they were trying to do. And no matter what they were trying to do, they completely failed at it.
They fucked it up. Yeah.
And that goes for pretty much everything. Everything in this movie is a fail.
All right.
I mean, I always thought of the Bahamas as like would be a beautiful place to go until I saw it in this movie. It looks like a third world country, like rundown shacks and shit. Where the fuck do they live? What is going on?
Yeah, that was another thing that I had noted down. The setting, the scenery, whatever you want to call it for this movie, like maybe if it was somewhere a little more tropical, it might have been pretty nice to look at. But even like nothing about this movie blew you away. And I know Jaws isn't like, the loud I don't know how to put it, like that, it's not a very pink and loud neon movie. Like it's a very bland, slow, methodical movie. The original. And, what the fuck did they do, man?
I don't know. They messed it up is what they did.
I don't know.
And this is the one that Greg says is the best of the franchise.
Better than the original.
And many other people have told me that this is the second best in the franchise. Those people are all crazy. This movie is awful. It is the worst in the franchise by far. 3 is not a great movie, but it's just so goddamn fun that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They don't hit that tone with this. You're never really sure what they're trying to do with this movie. And honestly, I don't think they ever thought about what they were trying to do with this movie. I think what they were trying to do was make a movie so that they could make some money, and that's it.
Probably.
And I was told Tim Davis from Horror for Dummies was happy to hear that I was watching this movie today. He called it a masterpiece. And I told him that someone should take away his podcast license for telling people that.
That's another thing that should come with a fucking committee.
Yeah.
You think we'd make it through?
I don't know. I mean, I would, but I don't know about you.
Wow. Look at you.
I don't know about you or Kat. You guys might you might not even get a license to listen to podcasts.
You're throwing a shot at us professionally now. Jesus Christ. Wow.
So, overall, this is just a bad movie. And I think the ultimate sin that it commits is something I say about movies a lot. The ultimate sin you can commit is make a boring movie. And I found this one really boring in times. Like I was looking at my phone for long stretches and I was like, oh yeah, I'm watching this movie.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't invested at all. Yeah, I didn't care. I didn't care if Hoagie and Ellen Brody fell in love. Didn't matter to me. Whatever. I didn't care if Michael and his wife had a fight about her art installation or whatever the fuck that ugly thing was that she was going to put on a beach somewhere.
That's what I'm saying, man. I feel like if they were in a more tropical, it would have did them some good. It would have did them some good. And like I said, if they're not that loud, bright franchise, but when you're working with what you're working with here, story wise and acting wise, because no one's gonna really grab your attention like that. They're not gonna make you sit there and go, "This is terrible acting," but they're not gonna grab you. Maybe a little bit of a brighter appearance, like somewhere leafy and with pink fucking big ass flowers or something,
or more of the festival that we saw, more of that kind of stuff.
More of that, yeah.
Would have made it more lively. I mean, I guess they tried to give us a little bit of that with like the casino.
They didn't,
but it just wasn't enough.
No, because it wasn't done right.
Yeah,
could have been enough. Because casinos are cool too.
Yeah, but that was the drabbest casino I've ever seen.
That's what I'm saying. How do you fuck up a casino?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in casinos. There's plenty of neon in a casino.
Right? Yeah, it was fucking bright as shit. Lights everywhere. Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah. Fucking shit going off. The slot machines don't even pay out in coins anymore. But you hear those fucking coins dropping everywhere you go because they pump that shit in.
Yeah. Yeah, they just didn't. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you could have did all this to make it a little bit better, and you try and get cute with stupid shit like, oh look, we're gonna silence it. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
They completely missed the mark on this one. I'm really struggling to find anything nice to say about it.
I told you they did a better job with the shark than they did in 3.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can give them that. That's it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Maybe more shark would have been fucking nice too, to brighten things up a little bit, make it a little exciting.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're not going to give us the shark, then give us the other stuff.
Yeah.
Give us the festivals and some sort of like idea of like the quote unquote local culture there or something. Have them do anything. It's like it's just boring. It's like shark, boring, shark, boring, shark. I mean, it's just a bunch of yapping about nothing.
Flashbacks were nice.
I mean, I guess, but the flashbacks were like shit that she shouldn't have flashbacks to because she shouldn't have known about them.
I know. But
you know what I mean? Like she wasn't there. Why?
They were still nice though. That's the fucked up part of it all. They were still one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, they just served to remind me I'm not watching a better movie.
Yeah.
And
I don't know why they showed the last note I have, literally the last one. Why would they show that explosion more than once?
I don't know.
Not to go back to what we were talking about before we started recording, but if I took a shit and like recorded it, I wouldn't just replay the shit hitting the water over and over and over. Like,
right. But they show more. Why does the shark growl? We even talk about that. Sharks don't growl.
I don't know.
That's not a sound they make. That's a choice. Somebody made a choice to put that in there.
Somebody said, "Ooh, what if it growls?" And someone was, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, well, somebody said no, and we'll get to that in notes.
All right.
Yeah. Let's jump into that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, might as well.
Yeah, because I'm kind of out of things to bitch about this movie at this point. It had an estimated $23 million budget. Worldwide gross was $51.8 million. This is one of Michael Caine's notorious paycheck movies, along with The Swarm, Ashanti, Beyond the Poseidon Adventure, The Island, which I actually own on Blu-ray. I kind of dig The Island. Scream Factory put it out. The Hand, and Blame It on Rio, which I also enjoy.
Wait a minute.
When Caine,
so some motherfucker is like a professional cash grabber?
Yeah, Michael Caine.
So
he's admitted to it. He says that, and the other guy who has admitted to this over the years is Robert Duvall. Robert Duvall says, and Michael Caine hasn't said, I mean, he's said, yeah, some movies I do strictly for a paycheck. Robert Duvall has said more plainly that he does one for them, which means one for the money, and then one movie that he wants to do. And he would kind of try to alternate throughout his career. So one paycheck movie and then one movie that he really wanted to do.
That's funny.
When Michael Caine was asked about the movie in an interview, he answered famously, "I have never seen it, but by all accounts, it is terrible. However, I have seen the house that it built, and it's terrific." Oh,
wait a minute. That's this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you say that before.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just a goddamn.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
The water in the tank where the climax was shot was filled with blue dye, which turned Michael Caine and Lorraine Gray's hair blue.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Here's the thing about the shark. The infamous roar during the climax of the film actually comes from a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Reportedly, this was done because when the sound editor refused to make an original sound effect, thinking that the idea of a shark roaring was ridiculous. Dude said, "Fuck you, no."
He walked out. He said, "No, that is so fucking dumb. I'd rather be fired than be a part of it." Good for him. I wonder if we can find out who it was and we can interview him.
I'm sure we could. I mean, he was the sound editor on this movie, whoever that was.
I'll look it up.
It should be easy to find.
I'm going to try, yeah. That's funny as shit.
Lorraine Gray came out of retirement briefly to play the role of Ellen Brody again, and this film so far stands as her final acting role. Roy Schneider, on the other hand, was offered a cameo in this film, but he declined saying Satan himself could not get me to do Jaws Part 4.
God damn, man. Wow.
Reportedly, if he had taken the bit part, the shark would have killed his character at the start of the movie instead of the son. But he was not having it. He wasn't in 3 either. He actually, if I'm not mistaken, so he did Jaws, and then when it came time to make Jaws 2, he didn't want to do it. He didn't want anything to do with the sequel. Spielberg wasn't directing it. It wasn't the same people.
Right.
You know, he was just like, this is going to suck. And, but he owed the studio a movie because he had pulled out of, I believe, The Deer Hunter. So he basically had to make a movie for the studio. And so they forced him to be in Jaws 2.
That's fucked up.
When it came to Jaws 3, he made sure that he had another role lined up in a movie so that he couldn't be in Jaws 3 because of scheduling conflicts. And
Damn.
when it came time to be in this movie, he just said, fuck no.
Wow.
Dennis Quaid was asked to come back as Mike Brody in this movie, but he declined. So that's why he's not here. Apparently, Mario Van Peebles wrote his own part in this movie. Michael Caine accepted the role after seeing only the first line of the script, which read, "Fade in Hawaii."
Wow.
Yep. He was like, fuck it, I get to go to Hawaii and they're going to pay me.
Damn.
Yeah. Dude's not shy about it.
No, clearly not. Good for him, man.
No, I respect him for it. I mean, you know, and he's made some great stuff and he's a great actor. You know, I mean, it's Bruce the Rubber Shark was nominated for a Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Actor in this movie.
Damn.
Made him the first animal nominated for one since Jaws 3D's Shrieking Dolphins, Cindy and Sandy.
They better have won that year. It's anything to do with Jaws 3. Yeah.
Michael Caine is the second actor to follow up an Academy Award-winning performance with a Razzie Award-nominated performance in a Jaws sequel. The first was Louis Gossett Jr., who won an Oscar for An Officer and a Gentleman in 1982 and then was nominated for a Razzie for Jaws 3D in 1983.
God damn.
Michael Caine won an Oscar for Hannah and Her Sisters the year before this came out, and then was nominated for a Razzie for this movie. Also wasn't able to attend the Oscars ceremony when he won that award because he was filming this. Some boat scenes, mostly close-ups of the actors, were filmed at Falls Lake, which is at Universal Studios in California, near the Psycho House on the back lot. Bess Armstrong was asked to come back and play Catherine Morgan, who was Mike's girlfriend in Jaws 3D, but she declined. So that explains part of why the character wasn't there. Also, the writers had no idea she existed.
That's fucking, I can't get over that shit, man.
One of my favorite stand-up comedy bits of all time. Have you seen Richard Jeni? His bit about this being the worst movie of all time?
No.
It's hilarious.
Is it?
Yeah, highly recommend checking it out. Brings up a lot of points that have been mentioned over the years, but he does it in his own way. Richard Jeni was very funny. And he made a big part of his act centered around this movie being the worst fucking thing ever. And finally, on a sad note, child actress Judith Barcy, I guess is how you pronounce her last name. I don't know, the little girl in the film, was packing to go to the Bahamas to shoot this movie when her father put a knife to her throat, threatening to kill her and her mother if they didn't return to him from the shoot. When they traveled to visit family afterwards, he called Judith and reminded her of his threat. Judith and her mom quickly returned home, and about 15 months later, Judith and her mother were murdered by her father, who then killed himself. She was 10 years old.
Whoa. Wait. So, damn, what the fuck? That's wild, dude. I never heard about that.
Yeah. I mean, dude sounds like he was going to kill him no matter what. But
yeah, but still.
Yeah. I believe her last acting role. I could be wrong about that. She was in a lot of stuff as a kid, though.
Wow. That's sad, man. I never heard about that. My God. Well, way to bring the show down.
Yeah. No, this was not her last acting role. Sorry. I thought I read somewhere that it was. She was in some other stuff.
That is sad.
Yeah.
Goodness.
But yeah, she was killed at 10 years old by her father, who was apparently an alcoholic and a very, very angry man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
So that's those are the news, or the notes rather, that I have about Jaws 4: The Revenge.
And one very important note, that Greg thinks this is better than the original Jaws. That is right. At Camp Springwood on Twitter thinks this is better than the original Jaws.
Yeah. I don't even know how you feel about that.
Yeah, be sure to.
Yeah. And also, if you're one of those people who claims this movie's not as bad as everyone says it is, I don't care. Do not at me. You're dumb.
Someone did at you that today.
Glenn, yeah. Guy I know named Glenn. Yeah.
Oh, you know him?
Sort of. I Twitter know him.
Oh. This is verified too. Look at you.
Yeah, he's a big deal, Glenn. Yeah.
Oh, he had something to do with Yellow Jackets?
He has a Yellow Jackets podcast.
Was that Damn or
Yeah.
Oh,
that's that show.
Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, he sent me that, and well, sorry, Glenn, you're wrong. This movie's just as bad as everyone says it is.
That's funny.
We don't have to agree about everything.
Wow. Yeah, this movie's absolute dog shit.
Yeah. But there is this movement of people who were trying to say that this movie's not as bad as ever, that it's the second best Jaws movie. That's what most people say. Greg's insane. But most people will tell you, not most people, a lot of people these days have this weird movement going where they're like, that's the second best Jaws movie. No, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. So, I don't know what else to say about this. I feel like we should Portnoy it. This movie sucks balls. Greg is wrong. Leave Jaws alone. I think it's the ultimate,
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason that we mentioned this before, that Steven Spielberg has never allowed Jaws to be released in a set with these other movies, because he says that he doesn't want his film lumped in with the terrible sequels.
Yeah.
And he's not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 is whatever. It's a less good rehash of the first movie. 3 is genius in its own weird way, but it's not really good.
Yeah, no, it's ass.
And this one's terrible. So yeah, I mean, I don't blame Spielberg. I'm glad that he's like, no, that's they don't all 4 movies do not belong together. There is somebody on Amazon I found selling a Jaws box set, and I was like, wait, no, I thought they never made one of those. Turns out you can buy a box set of Jaws 2 through 4. And this person is just packaging a separate Blu-ray of Jaws with it.
Wow.
So
that's wild though. Like that, I've never heard of anybody saying, "Don't put my movie with that fucking those piles of shit."
Yeah, he's like, I don't want them near. I don't even want them in the same box.
And the fact that he just like comes right out with it, dude. Like, and that's Steven Spielberg. Like, how big of a piece of shit do you got to feel like?
Yeah,
where Steven Spielberg just says no. You did such a you created such a huge piece of shit. I don't even want to look at my stuff. Wow.
I wonder if you put his movie, because a lot of people alphabetize their Blu-rays and stuff.
Yeah.
So you would have Jaws right next to 1, 2, and 3, or 2, 3, and 4, right? I wonder if Steven Spielberg will come to your house and move his Blu-ray away.
I feel like Steven Spielberg would go outside and burn your fucking house to the ground. Like, it's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Now this movie's garbage.
How garbage is it?
History was right. This movie's terrible. Don't try and rewrite it. Save that fight for something else. I'll tell you what else it isn't. It isn't that Blair Witch Book of Shadows either. Get off that bullshit.
Yeah, no. We tried that experiment.
Revenge.
Thanks to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one, thanks to me.
Yeah, but that one was like, you were like just fucking trying to figure something out and drag me and Cat into it, which wasn't nice.
Yeah. All right. So Jaws: The Revenge. This time it's personal.
Stop adding that in.
Is absolutely terrible in nearly every conceivable way. I was bored with this movie. It does get points for having Michael Caine in it. I give it a 2.3.
Jeez. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I give this movie a 1.3.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where I was. I was actually ready with my score this time. Tell me why. Why is it a 2.3, Rob?
I give it points, like I said, for Michael Caine and his performance in the movie. Even though I didn't like the character, I think he played the character well. And I always do enjoy seeing Michael Caine on screen.
So that's the majority?
Yeah, that's the majority of those
Jesus
points.
Christ.
That is the majority. That gets us like a 1.5, I think.
Damn.
The other 0.8 or whatever comes from I guess trying to do something different. They failed massively, but they tried to do something different. I would give the third movie points for the same thing. I think what the third movie was trying to do was much more interesting. The idea of a shark at a theme park is, gold. They didn't really capitalize on it, as we've talked about. And I think this movie suffers kind of the same fate. They did try to do something interesting with it. They didn't capitalize on any of it. They didn't show us much of island life or anything, but at least they tried to do something different. And when you get to the fourth movie of a franchise, you don't see that often. Unfortunately, when you do see it, it fails most of the time. So they get a little bit of credit for that, but that's it. Nothing else.
You're a lot nicer than me. I don't give them any credit for that. I feel like they should be ashamed of themselves for allowing such a flawed script and story to be associated with Jaws. I feel like because of this movie solely, there should be a committee involved to make sure that other franchises don't get fucked up the way this one did. And just making a shit movie, man. Like I said, there's no shark. You picked like the worst setting in the world. Like you had $20-something million. You couldn't buy plane tickets to somewhere else to set up and do the shit. Like, I don't know, man. It just seems like it's terrible. It's terribly written. Story's horrible. Effects were what they were. They weren't good. All that understood. Acting was mediocre at best.
Mm-hmm.
But you were lazy. Like we were talking about with the casino thing, could have did more with that. You could have did more to spruce up or maybe pick a better location. You were fucking lazy, and that's why it's as bad as it is. It could be bad, but it shouldn't be this fucking bad.
This movie has a scene that takes place on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve rather, and we know that because they're gathered at some dinner somewhere. Then there's a banner that says Happy New Year, right?
Yeah.
We don't even get like the countdown.
Nothing.
Or like, you know what I mean? We don't get like the stroke of midnight and people cheering or anything. None of that. No. We just get a boring ass conversation at the dinner table.
No, because you know why? You know why you didn't get that? Because somebody would have had to get a fucking vacuum and clean up confetti and whatever the hell else. And they were lazy. They were fucking lazy, dude. That's all that is laziness. You had everything set up. All you need to do is get a couple schmucks from the mall, give them $20 a day, stand around and go, yeah, and all this shit. And you didn't bother fucking doing it.
Right. You have the actors, they give a little midnight New Year's kiss.
Yeah.
You pop some champagne. We hear the crowd, the people go, yeah, like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And then move on. But we don't get any of that.
Pop
we
some
get
confetti,
a boring conversation.
Play some music. Yeah. No. And that was too much work. Because God forbid you plug in the fucking vacuum cleaner and clean up a little bit.
Yeah. And apparently, if I'm not mistaken, that was also somebody's birthday, but I wasn't real clear on that. I think somebody said happy birthday to somebody else. I don't know. It was a mess. I don't even know why you had to make that somebody's birthday. You're already there for a holiday celebration.
Right.
Like it makes sense why they would be together.
Lazy. Shame on them. What do you think Kat would give this, Rob?
10 out of 10.
Why do you do that there?
Maybe better than Jack Frost.
I feel like this is a shark movie that Kat would like be very upset with because it was so bad. Like it shames shark movies.
It really kind of does. Yeah, it really does.
And you know what? The saddest part is we're not even talking about giving this a B movie score. It's not a B
movie.
movie.
Jaws movie. It's not a B movie. It's not like we gave Jaws 3 a B movie score, if I'm not mistaken.
I think we did.
But Jaws 3D is like, I don't know. It's just different in some way. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
the tone of it and everything, like you kind of feel like, all right, they know what they're making here.
Jaws 3, we did give it a B movie score.
Yeah. But I feel like this one doesn't earn it.
No.
Almost. Like it doesn't have the tone of a B movie. It just has the tone of a bad movie.
No. I mean, it just, I don't fucking know. It doesn't, like you said, it doesn't ask for it. Jaws 3 kind of gets that because of, I don't know, they had an $18 million budget for Jaws 3, so.
Yeah, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jaws 3 is just fucking ridiculous.
But you know what? Jaws 3, you know why it also got that? Because it was fucking fun.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. It's fun.
This wasn't fun. It was boring.
Yeah.
So.
No, this movie's garbage. I don't get the defenses of it. I don't know why these people insist on trying to convince me that it's good. But I just watched it and I can tell you that it is not.
This is the most simplest thing ever. I just watched it, man.
I just watched it. Like hours ago, I watched it. It's not good. It's not even a situation where like I haven't seen it in years. So people are like, it's not as bad as everybody says. I'm like, well, maybe it's not, No, it is. It absolutely is as bad as everyone says.
Yeah.
So we need to stop the madness right now.
I agree with everything you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of birthdays, by the way, not this week, but next week, you get to deal with my birthday pick.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You got a birthday pick coming up.
I sure do.
I saw you tossing some stuff around on Twitter.
Well, I was just asking for suggestions. That's all I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I even said on there so I could share with my lovely co-hosts or something along the line.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just know that a couple of weeks after your birthday's mine.
God damn. Why do you even ruin my birthday pick? I can't have shit with you.
I tried to help you out last year with a good pick and you didn't like it. I can't help you, man. If you have bad taste, that's not on me.
I did too. That's why I'm in the pickle I'm in. How am I supposed to top Halloween Resurrection with you guys?
Yeah.
It's such a good movie. I'm never going to get something better than that. So.
That's the Jaws 4, the revenge of fucking Halloween movies.
Hey, no, it's not. Don't come on. The Halloween Resurrection is a lot better than Jaws 4.
I wouldn't say a lot better.
It's a lot better.
I would say it's better, but I wouldn't say a lot better.
Holy shit. You gave, see, shame on you. You gave Halloween Resurrection a 2.1.
Yeah.
Do you want to change it now?
No.
What?
If I was going to change it, I would lower Jaws 4 before I would raise Resurrection.
You're really going to sit here and tell me Resurrection couldn't get a 2.4?
No, it doesn't deserve a 2.4.
I gave it an 8.5.
That's crazy.
That's a good fucking movie. All right, we'll leave that there. Just saying.
See, I got another guy right now because I posted that I was watching this movie. The guy says, "At least you saw the best one, Michael Caine's performance."
What's his handle right now?
It's not on Twitter. It's on Discord. It's a whole different thing. But yeah, now I'm gonna have to argue with this guy all night.
Can you tell him? Does he know you do a show?
I think so.
All right. Well, tell him your co-host said to go fuck himself, please, for me.
So anyway, yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. This idea that this movie's not as bad as everybody says it is. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't understand it.
I'm mad at that guy. I don't know who he thinks he is.
I think it all stems from Halloween 3. Because everybody got that one right, where we were like, you know what, maybe it's not as bad as everybody said. And we all rewatched it and we're like, this movie's great, genius, masterpiece.
That's not what happened.
And then now everybody's trying to find the next one and they want to jump on that bandwagon as early as they can so they can say they knew it was good back in the day. Stop. There was one movie that everybody got wrong. We fixed it. It's time to move on.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to be on those any of those bandwagons. I'm good. I'll just remember it as shit. It hasn't worked out on any of them. None of them I sat here and went, oh yeah, no, that was pretty good. None of them.
Yeah. No. I did not enjoy the rewatch experience. I kind of wish we'd done The Resort, honestly.
Me too.
I don't even know what The Resort is about. I just saw the poster and went, that looks like something I could watch today.
Yeah. I mean, I knew we should have did The Resort before I even watched this fucking guys, go to slasherradio.com. You can keep up with all of our articles, episodes, interviews on there. Also, keep up with us on Twitter so that you don't miss anything. What else? I think that's really it. I'm at Mikey's Dead on Twitter. You can check me out. Rob?
Well, don't forget to go to our Patreon, patreon.com/slasherradio. And you could be cool like Jinx, maybe, and win a cool Blu-ray DVD set of 3 movies that I don't like. Or you can find me on Twitter at RadioRob123. You can listen to my other show, This Horror Life, wherever you are listening to Slasher Radio.
You know what, Rob? You should mascot?
No.
Have you? Okay, how much thought have you put into it?
Enough.
That doesn't quite answer my question. But okay.
Yeah. Enough. I mean, we might do some focus group testing.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. So there's hope.
Well, yeah, that's going to have to be run through the secret panel of judges, though.
Oh.
And I don't know if you know this, but I don't think the secret panel of judges likes you very much.
Yeah, that's why I'm not. I'm feeling like I had a little bit glimmer of hope, and that just kind of went away.
Yeah.
I forgot what the fuck I was going to say. Shit. Nah, well, it couldn't have been that important. Yeah, go check out the Patreon. That's all I can really think of, guys. Go to check out Kat too. Kat on Twitter at @Kat_Valor, VOLEUR.
Her website, which is catvalor.com, I think.
I think so. Do you think maybe like you could ask her if she wanted like a big picture of you, like a banner on the website?
I mean, I assume she had one.
No, I checked it out. Very nice website. No,
I haven't been there.
It's a nice website.
I can never remember how to spell velour, so I can't ever visit the site.
She spells it in a very catchy tone every way. VOLEUR.
I know, but I don't. You're assuming I pay attention when you guys talk.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm just never gonna remember what the fuck I was gonna say, so that's gone forever. Catch us next week, guys. Apparently, we're doing Fresh, so if you haven't seen it, check that out so that you're not nothing gets spoiled. Because throw them bitches.
I think it's on Hulu, if I'm not mistaken, but it's definitely streaming somewhere because I watched it once, and I'm pretty sure it was on Hulu.
All right. Check it out next week, guys. Good night from Slasher Radio.
Goodbye.
All the best of Slasher Radio podcast.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.